Is there a tunnel? What was the connection between Diddy and MJ? Let's go. No, you heard me right. No, there's no tunnel between Diddy and Michael Jackson, but the abuse case is real and reopened. Rumors are running wild, but let's separate facts from fiction. Yes, Michael Jackson's long-closed child abuse case has officially been reopened. No, it has absolutely nothing to do with Sean Diddy Combs, his arrest, or a mythical underground tunnel connecting their homes. But how did the king of pop and the bad boy mogul end up in the same viral sentence? Let's break it down. The real news: Michael Jackson's abuse case reopened. More than a decade after his death, Michael Jackson's name is once again making headlines for controversial reasons. In a shocking legal twist, a California appeals court recently ruled that two previously dismissed lawsuits, filed by Wade Robson and James Safechuck, can move forward. You may remember these names from the explosive HBO documentary Leaving Neverland, where both men accused the pop legend of child sexual abuse. Although Jackson was acquitted in a 2005 criminal trial and the civil suits were initially thrown out in 2013, a three-judge panel has now said, not so fast. Because the appeals court found that companies owned by Jackson, specifically MJJ Productions and MJJ Ventures, could potentially be held responsible. In their words, a corporation that facilitates the sexual abuse of children by one of its employees is not excused from an affirmative duty to protect those children merely because it is solely owned by the perpetrator of the abuse. Translation: even if Jackson was the sole owner, his companies might still be liable if they enabled any misconduct. Enter Diddy and a social media meltdown. Now, onto the Diddy drama. The rap mogul has been facing a wave of federal investigations involving disturbing allegations, racketeering, sex trafficking, and the illicit transportation of minors across state lines. Naturally, the internet did what the internet does: connect dots that don't exist. In a particularly bizarre twist, posts on X, formerly Twitter, began floating conspiracy theories claiming there's a secret underground tunnel that connects Diddy's mansion to Michael Jackson's estate. Some users even posted crude maps and blurry satellite images trying to prove this link. But here's the truth bomb. Reuters fact-checked the rumor and found it to be 100% false. There is no such tunnel. No hidden passageway. No underground cover-up operation connecting the two icons. Just viral nonsense. What is real? A spotlight on accountability. What is real is the growing scrutiny on how fame, power, and massive wealth have historically shielded some from consequences. Michael Jackson's reopened case is not about Diddy. It's about whether institutions and corporations can be held liable for abuse, regardless of who owned them or how famous that person was. And while Diddy faces a separate and unrelated legal firestorm, the timing of both situations has created a social media frenzy full of misinformation. Final word: don't confuse the headlines. It's easy to get lost in today's avalanche of news, memes, and conspiracy-fueled rabbit holes. But here's the truth in 2 lines. Michael Jackson's 2005 child abuse case has been legally reopened. Sean Diddy Combs is under federal investigation, but it has no factual connection to Jackson or his estate. Let's keep our eyes open, our minds sharp, and our facts straight.